Chun. Her compatriot, number 2, Wang Li Ting. From India, number 3, Baby Kumari. Number 4, also from India, Nai Tejashri Sanjay. Number 5, Kazakhstan, Atamanskaya Zania. Kazakhstan again. Number 6, Boyka Olga. From Kyrgyzstan, Uvarova Valeria, number 7. Number 8, from Mongolia, Erdenebat Uyanga. From China, Bian Yufei, number 9. Number 10, her compatriot, Wu Chi, number 11. From the Philippines, Kim Mangrobang. From Korea, number 12, Han Song-yi. Also from Korea, number 13, Kim Se-hee. From Thailand, number 14, Arun Siri Sanutai. Also from Thailand, Namala Chekungwan. And our last athlete, number 16, from Uzbekistan, Donaleva Arina. I give you to the hands of the start official.
Okay, a big round of applause for our 16 athletes. Ladies, you have 5 minutes left to warm up. So please use your 5 minutes from now to practice your shooting. The start will be in 5 minutes' time. So now we have our final few minutes of the warm-up remaining. Athletes can just practice their final few shots. And most of you will have already heard me saying earlier that the shooting is a vital part of this beach modern pentathlon. The medals can be won and lost on this range, as we saw earlier, Rick.
Yeah, have you had some water, partner? Thank goodness we're talking so much and so fast.
I've had coffee. Sorry, I apologize if I talk too fast. I will slow down.
TD, are we happy with the proceedings, sir?
Thank you very much.
All right, as long as TD's happy, we're happy. So there's final preparations, and they will be asked to report to the start line.
Now this will be the first ever women's beach modern pentathlon. The modern pentathlon family very excited to be here at the Asian Beach Games. We are honoured to be part of this wonderful competition and to be testing and seeing our competition. We've had this event, the shoot, swim, run, for just 1 year. The World Championship started in 2013 in Cyprus. And we saw our second World Championships in Guatemala just over a month ago. And we had athletes competing from all over the world. Here today we have 10 nations represented out of the 16 athletes. And tomorrow we get to see another day of exciting competition when we have a mixed relay. We will have one girl and one boy together competing, when the women do 2 laps of the course, followed by the men finishing off with the second 2 laps. And this could be a very exciting competition. So do make sure you're here the same time tomorrow.
So whom are our favorites here, Heather?
Well, it'll be interesting to see if it is the run swimmers, those athletes who have come from triathlon. I know that we have Mangrobang from the Philippines, who finished 10th earlier in the week in the triathlon event, which was, just to remind people, that was the swimming, cycling and running. So Mangrobang will be very strong in the run and the swim, but will the shoot hold out? On the other hand, we have everyone from modern pentathlon, especially the Kazakhstani athletes Atamanskaya and Boyko, who've been competing in modern pentathlon for 2 years already. And that means they should have the advantage of the shooting. But let's find out about Thai athletes, Rick. Have a chat to our Thai athletes for me.
Okay, girls. So You already did duathlon, triathlon. Are you tired? Are you tired? Oh, okay. Anyway, just do the best that you can, okay? You also did the Asian Games, right? You're a very good swimmer, but only 50 meters, huh? Are you? So, what do you think of this race?
I'm okay.
All right. So those were our athletes from Thailand. A little bit of a language barrier, but they said everything's okay.
Well, that's what we want to know. Now, athletes, please gather at the start line. We are ready to begin the women's beach modern pentathlon. All athletes, leave the shooting range clear and head to the start line, please.
I'm going to transition, partner. Try to give you a bulletin from over there. You got the finish and the shoot, right?
I have, Rick. We'll see you over at the swim. So our athletes now lining up at the start. This is ahead of the 4-lap course. They all come into the chute, then head out into transition, a 50-meter swim, out of the swimming to complete the total of 800 meters running. And this is 4 times. So everyone, do help me keep count. We have 4 laps of this course to decide who will take the title of the women's beach modern pentathlon. Now we are over to our starter. Take your marks.
Okay, they're off.
So this will be where we see who is good at the shooting, and this could establish an early lead in the women's event. And then it will be up to the strong swimmers and runners to catch those good shooters. Here on the range, we've already got 3 shots off for athlete number 13, Kim from Korea. Are we going to see Korea dominate again? Athlete number 7, Uvarova from Kyrgyzstan. And that's our first 2 athletes, Korea and Kyrgyzstan and China. 1, 2, 3, heading to you, Rick.
All right. I see Uvarova and Kim in transition, followed by number 10, Huo of China.
We have our next Chinese athlete, Bian from China, who's going to be chasing down her teammate. And our next Korean athlete, and I think it's China, also heading out to the swim, leaving the shooting range. And our first Thailand athlete and Philippines, Thailand. It is close. The 50-second time penalty is up. All athletes off the shooting range and everybody into the 50-meter swim.
Yes, all of them. So basically, I'll be reading out the field. Of course, we have our leaders. Notice how many of them are wearing swim caps already. So I guess they have longer hair. A little hair management is in order, Heather?
It certainly is. You don't want to have your hair getting wrapped around your goggles. The transition is vital, and you need to be able to take your goggles off and head onto the run as quickly as possible.
Okay, our leaders are coming back. They've made the turnaround, but everybody's in the water. So, I'd say time-wise, there's a range of 1 minute, 20 seconds between the leader and our last competitor. It's still pretty much bunched up, but we saw this in the men's race. Ladies and gentlemen, just watch, because after the run and after the second shoot, they will string out.
And I think it'll be interesting to see if Kyrgyzstan can actually mix up the medals. We saw Korea and China dominate in the men's event, but at the moment it is Korea and China and Kyrgyzstan who went into the swim first. So will we see a different nation taking the title in the women's event?
Okay, out of the water, number 13 from Korea, Kim, followed by Huo of China, and then Uvarova, number 7, yes, Uvarova of Kyrgyzstan, right there. So it's Kim in the lead, about 10 meters ahead of the other 2 girls. Bian of China, about 30 meters behind, no, maybe more. The lead pack, building up on Bian. Han of Korea, out of transition. And it's from Thailand, Sarutai, very good swimmer. Followed by Mang Robang of the Philippines. All right, here we go. All the girls out of the water. Chinese Taipei, Zenia, running the Tiger, going to her basket, putting on her name. Number 6, Olga Boyko, Kazakhstan, running. All right. Chen Chuan of Thailand running. Number 1, Lin running. Nobody is allowed to run barefoot. Number 8, Erdenabat of Mongolia. And we got number 3, Baby Kumari running. So the only girl's name that I didn't mention was Naik. Back to you, Heather. All quiet on the transition front.
That's great to hear. Everyone out of the swim safely. This is only the first lap of 4, so we can't get too excited just yet. But as we saw, Korea trying to make it a double. Korea taking the lead at this very early stage. And we are coming up to 1/4 of the way. 4 laps these athletes have to complete. That includes 4 shoots, 4 50-meter swims, and 4 800-meter runs. And you will see the shooting quite likely to get slower as the athletes get tired. It's harder to hold your arm, harder to concentrate, and harder to hit that target. But we have a lead pack of 3 and number 4 just off the pack. But our lead group are coming into the shooting range now. And I think by the looks of the colors, it is China just taking the lead. As I said, very early stages. And I think that could be Kyrgyzstan in second. I will confirm. It is athlete Huo from China and athlete Uvarova from Kyrgyzstan. And in third, Kim from Korea, followed by Bian, also from China. These are our top 4 athletes at this stage.
You got the chase pack coming in, Heather.
We have our first Philippine athlete coming into the shoot now. You can see the strong run swimmer showing the triathlete in them. And athlete number 12, Han, also from Korea. But it is already out of the shoot. China and Korea are taking the lead at this early stage.
Chuo in transition, followed by Kim. Change of lead. And the Kyrgyzstan, Uvarova, still in third place.
So we saw the shooting really change things around a little bit. Now China, Bian from China leaving the range, followed by Han from Korea. And the Philippine athlete, number 11, Mangrabang, just struggling with the shooting. Run, swim, her strong point. Coming into the range, we have Atmanskaya from Kazakhstan, a pentathlete. Athlete number 6, her teammate Boyko, also Kazakhstan, also coming from a modern pentathlon background.
So our leaders, our top 5 are in the water. I'm sorry, our top 4. Like you said, Mangrobam, we're still waiting for her. We don't see her.
Mangroba just out of the range now, but taking the full 50 seconds. So lost a lot of time on that shoot. Now talking of losing time, athlete number 3, Baby Kamari, actually has a 10-second penalty on the shooting. Now every athlete must touch the table and reload for each shot. If they fail to do so, it is a 10-second penalty, and you can see now the athlete being held for an extra 10 seconds. Very costly penalty at this stage.
Okay, coming into transition, number 2, Chinese Taipei Wang. Number 6, Olga Boyko of Kazakhstan. And Sanru Tai, putting on her shoes. Number 5, Atamanskaya Zenia of Kazakhstan, followed by Chen Chuan of Thailand. Number 4, Naik of India. And number 1 of Chinese Taipei, Lin. And that is the order going into transition. Yep, very telling. The lead change happening during the shoot, Heather.
Exactly, and I think we might see this happen more and more as the athletes begin to tire. We are halfway through the shooting, but not even halfway through the competition. We're still athletes left to swim and run, but I think, Rick, we see some athletes out of transition already.
Correct. Number 10, Huo, who has taken the lead from Kim. But Kim's still there. Kim Se-hee, followed by Uvarova of Kyrgyzstan. So they have maintained it over 2 laps.
And it looks like the lead's beginning to open. And I think we might well see a similar pattern to the men's event earlier. And it looks like China and Korea dominating again.
Bian and Han have started their run. And the next pursuer is just finishing up on the swim, but is not quite in transition. And who is it? It's Mangrobang. So Mangrobang chasing at the number 6 position, all by herself, going into run one of her better disciplines in today's race.
So as we said earlier, we'll see some of the athletes better at the shooting, and those are quite likely to have come from the sport of modern pentathlon, where the combined event, which is involving the shooting, it is a shoot and run. So they will be used to shooting under pressure, shooting when out of breath. Obviously today we are adding the swimming, making it that much harder for our athletes. But some of our athletes here are coming from the sport of triathlon. And we actually have an athlete from India, Tejun Naik from India, who qualified for the triathlon in the Asian Games, unable to go due to visa problems. So she is competing in her first ever beach modern pentathlon, along with her teammate, Baby Kumari. I just must say, Rick, the name Baby, that's my favorite name on this list.
Yeah, well, a whole bunch of girls entering the run course. Of course, comprising leading the chase pack was the Filipino girl, Kim, followed by Sanru Tai of Thailand. Then all the other pretenders, I guess, sorry to call them that.
Hang on a minute, Rick. We have our leaders, and I see 3 athletes coming into view, and it's still China. And I'll just check it's the same Chinese athlete. I think it is Yo from China in the lead at this halfway stage, looking very composed as she enters the shooting range.
Yeah, and we see the next 2 chasers basically pacing each other.
It is, yes, it's Uvarova from Kyrgyzstan with hot on her heels, Kim from Korea. So at the moment it is China, Kyrgyzstan and Korea making up our top 3 at the halfway stage.
Only one more swimmer in the water. Everybody else is running.
Now, also from China, we have Bian coming in 4th place into the shooting range. But a teammate already out and joining you. It is Yo from China opening up her lead.
Yeah, Huo, China, entering transition and has taken her shoes off, ready to swim.
And we have our ex-Korean athlete, Han, coming into the shooting range as her teammate Kim leaves the range. So again, we see China and Korea making up the top 5 with both of their athletes. But Kyrgyzstan in the mix there. Will they hold on to a medal? Can our athlete from Kyrgyzstan, Uvarova, mix it up and spoil the day for China and Korea? But here we have our first triathlete, number 11, Mangrobang from the Philippines. What a strong run swim she has.
All right, so Uvarova has taken over 2nd place, Heather. So that's the big development in this lap.
That's great to see. An interesting race happening here for the women. They are past the...
Looks like Mangrobang is struggling in the chute, Heather.
Yes, a very strong run swimmer coming from the background of triathlon. I think she would prefer a bicycle to an air pistol, a laser pistol right now. But still, she'll make up a lot of ground as soon as she leaves that shooting range. But here we go. We have our first athlete from Thailand. And it is athlete number 11. It isn't 11, that's Philippines. From Thailand, we have Arun Siri on the shooting range. And let's hear a good round of applause for our Thai athletes competing on their home ground. And 2 teammates from Kazakhstan, Atamanskaya and Boyko, neck and neck at this stage. But here's our next athlete from Thailand. It is Namala joining her teammate on the range.
All right, Mangrobang, her transition skills serving her in good stead. She was already fixing her goggles as she entered transition. Quick removal, almost in mid-stride, and she's in the water.
We have more athletes coming to join you. It is Boyko from Kazakhstan, just had a very good shoot. And her teammate, Atamanskaya, catching her up also off the range and heading into the swim.
And our leader, starting her run, Wu Guiqi of China in the lead. And commanding almost 100 meters. Uvarova putting her shoes on. Oh, my goodness. What? Uvarova starting her run.
And we have more of our athletes coming into the shooting range. It is Chinese Taipei coming in now. Joining her teammate and athlete number 16, Jana Liva from Uzbekistan, also on the shooting range. But the fight is on the run course. They have just over 1 lap to go to decide who takes this title of the women's beach modern pentathlon.
And Heather, I'm reporting a change in position. In third place, it's Bian of China, ahead of the Korean girl.
Can we see China making up for their positions this morning in the men's? We saw China get third and fourth. Maybe they're going to have both athletes on the podium and beat Korea. We have to wait and see. This is getting exciting.
So something drastic happened in the swim, Heather, because into transition, Bian was still behind.
Now that's interesting to hear, Rick. It is only a 50-meter swim, but making it a sea swim, the transition from running to swimming, back to running, very difficult. And after the 4th time they enter the swim, it will be a total of 200 meters, the same distance that is used in the modern pentathlon event.
Okay, some bumping going on in transition. Mangroban ran into the Mongolian girl, but they're all right.
Well, we've got judges sorting out any bumps in the transition, but in the meantime, I don't think there's much jostling for first place because I see our leader coming back into view already. Just 1 lap left to go, and something drastic will have to happen. If she gets out of that shooting range first, I think we will be able to guarantee a win for China. It is athlete number 10, Huo of China, who has a considerable lead. Yes, she is looking tired, but she still looks very focused. And that is what counts on the shooting range. It is all about the focus, composing herself straight into the first shot. She does miss. She gets her second shot off, though. And now she is...
Well, Heather...
Look at this. This is great shooting from Huo. She has her final shot, misses the final one. Can she get it? And she is out of the range. What brilliant shooting. 7 shots she took to clear the 5 target. Here's Yuvarova from Kyrgyzstan in second. Can she hold her nerve? As right behind her, Bian of China, hot on her heels, our top 3 athletes. And it looks like Yuvarova getting 2 shots, 3 shots off. And China a little bit behind, missing her first couple. Yuvarova is out of the range. Look at that. Great round of applause. Some brilliant shooting we're seeing in the women's competition. Now, can China catch it up? Can Bian also out of the range? Our top 3 athletes now onto the swim. It is going to be down to the run and swim to decide who wins which medals.
All right. 1, 2, 3. It's China, Kyrgyzstan, China. Where is the Korean girl?
We have Korea here on the range, but not getting quite such a smooth shoot. 3 shots clear, 2 shots left to go. It is
right.
Kim from Korea having some problems with her shooting at the moment, and it's not looking good. Still 2 shots away, and they're just not hitting the black. It's a bit of a nightmare on this final shoot for Kim of Korea. She has 1 more shot to clear.
I think... Huo, our leader, our number 1, has opened up even the bigger gap on the swim. Her stroke is a little smoother and longer than the chasers.
Oh, she was looking very relaxed on the range, but we now have Korea at last off the range in 4th place at the moment. But I think a lot of work to do to have a medal. This is the final shoot for our lead athletes.
Yes, Bian has made a turnaround on the swim, Heather, so it doesn't look good for Kim.
And we have Kim's teammate Han, also of Korea, who will be joining her teammate, looking to get close to those positions. But I think it will be the 4th, 5th, and 6th places that Korea will be battling for.
Han of Korea entering transition, about to begin her swim. And out of the water is our leader, number 10, Huo. She's taken off her goggles and running to her basket to put her shoes on.
Here we
Mangroban passing the Indian.
We have our next athlete from Thailand, Arun Siri, coming into the shooting range now. Bit of a round of applause from the local spectators. Great chance for these athletes to compete at home in this international competition. Talking of teammates, we have Admanskaya and Boyko of Kazakhstan, who seem to be going around almost holding hands. They are neck and neck in the shoot. They've been neck and neck so far all the way, but it looks like a few problems on the shooting range. And great shooting from Thailand. Aransiri, wonderful shooting. She leaves the range just as her teammate arrives. It is Namala, seeing if she can shoot just as well as Aransiri did. She made up some considerable positions and overtook.
Heather, a position change.
Oh, come on, Rick.
Bian in second place, taking over Uvarova.
Wow, I did not expect that. It's going to come down to the final run. I think our lead is pretty much decided, but it's going to be between silver and bronze, between China and Kyrgyzstan. Will it be a China 1-2, or can Kyrgyzstan upset the Chinese and take that silver?
Heather, I regret to inform the public, 10-second penalty on our leader, number 10. 10-second penalty, goggles out of the box.
Okay, that will be a 10-second penalty for our leader. She will be held for 10 seconds. But I think she will be safe. She has a bigger lead than that.
In the meantime, we got number 13 of Korea, Kim. She was once the leader. She's struggling. She almost fell over putting on her shoes. And number 12, her compatriot Han, following her closely in transition. I don't know. Seems like the energy has been sucked out.
Come on, Mongolia. It is Erdenabat coming into the shooting range. A great experience for these athletes competing internationally for the first time. But here we are, our leader, the winner of the women's competition. She is coming up to the finish line. What an impressive performance from Korea. From China, we have Hyo, who takes the world title.
How will she serve her penalty?
And what a performance.
Heather?
She has won, even with the 10-second penalty. And now Bian from China has taken it. It's going to be a 1-2 for China. Bian of China crossing the line in silver. It will be taking the bronze medal, taking her country from Kyrgyzstan. Valerie Overova, look at the emotion on her face. What a performance, taking the bronze medal. She is exhausted. Now that was an exciting finish. It really did change the positions right the way until the final few hundred meters. China 1-2 and Kyrgyzstan spoiling Korea's day and taking that bronze medal.
Well, I'm here with you now, Heather. I can't miss all the excitement at the finish. Do we have all our podium finishers in?
We do. It's a 1-2 to China and a bronze to Kyrgyzstan.
And the girl from China maintained her second position, yes?
She did. It was pretty close between second and third on the final run, and you can see these athletes are exhausted. But a very proud Valerie Overova holding up her country's flag, posing for photos. She is delighted with that bronze medal.
So what was she? Was she good at this shoot, Uvarova of Kyrgyzstan? Did she do well in the shoot?
I think it proved that she has a background in some pentathlon and had a very strong shoot. She just couldn't quite hold on to that final run. But we have some more finishers. It's a fight for fourth. Korea